Hello, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today, we are going to delve into Oklahoma commutation requests, aging prisoner requests, pardon applications, and clemency hearings for inmates on death row, and how they can benefit people and society. By the end of this video, we hope you will see just how important jury preparation services and trial consultant services in Oklahoma City are to helping to secure a more favorable decision for your side in a litigious court battle. I am Dr. Michaela Keefe-Saramosing, your host for today. Please remember, for top-notch legal services in Oklahoma City, such as mobile notaries, nationwide process serving, international criminal and civil private investigations, mediation services, jury selection services, polygraph examinations, nationwide document retrieval, nationwide skip tracing, bodyguard services, nationwide criminal and civil background checks, international social media scans/deep internet searches, commutation requests, pardon applications, clemency hearings, aging prisoner application, and more. Please call or text our other legal experts and me at our women-owned firm at 405-593-3515. Before we go into detail, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and click the little bell so you get all the instant notifications. Also, please be sure to share this video on your social media and comment on it. Sometimes people do terrible things, and in these circumstances, they may go to prison for many years. At other times, individuals may go to jail and/or prison for crimes they did not even commit. In between these types of cases, there are so many cases where the governments can wrongfully impose cruelly harsh, degrading, unlawful sentences that unfairly hurt many people and cause excessive harm to them and their families. Sadly, juries, judges, and prosecutors who press the charges in the first place often dole out sentences to minorities, the financially impoverished, and others. Commutations, pardons, aging prisoner applications, and clemency requests for death penalty cases offer a way for people to get a reduced sentence or even forgiveness for the crimes the courts convicted them of they pled guilty/no contest to, so they can apply for criminal expungements. Reducing the overcrowding and overall excessive prison sentences and death penalty punishments saves society enormous amounts of money with fewer families and workplace employment forever disrupted. Many people do not know how, where, or when to apply for commutations, pardons, aging prisoner applications, and clemency requests for death penalty cases, which is where attorneys, death penalty private investigators in OKC, and commutation private detectives in Delph City, Oklahoma, from the best private investigation agencies near me, can come in especially handy. Most individuals do not know the difference between the types of applications and requests, so our pardon private investigator in Piedmont, Oklahoma, and aging prisoner private detectives in Bethany, Oklahoma, will elucidate on them and their qualifying legal requirements. The state of Oklahoma has a special application system for commutations of those in prison for state crimes in Oklahoma City, except for those who are under the sentence of death for excessive and unjust sentences. But really, are not all sentences in Oklahoma unjust, excessive, and cruel? At any rate, if Oklahoma state courts have sentenced you or a family member to an unjust and excessive prison term, our commutation private investigator in Guthrie, Oak, and private investigators of pardon and parole in Lawton, Oklahoma, from our private detective agency in Edmond, Oak, will be happy to help you apply for a commutation. By helping you complete a commutation application and gather relevant and necessary information to go along with it, you can increase your chances of obtaining an earlier release date. The second on our list is pardon application requests. Anyone seeking to have their rights restored after a criminal conviction, many rights of which disappear after felony convictions, can request a pardon from the governor of Oklahoma. Pardons can restore rights that the government has previously and vindictively taken away from people who have made mistakes, so the government cannot otherwise punish the offender for her/his/ their entire life/lives. Some of the rights that ex-felons can have restored via a pardon from the governor include: according to our criminal defense attorneys in Oklahoma City and death penalty private detectives in Callister, Oak at our private investigation agency in Yukon, a felony conviction does not deprive you of owning property, though anyone convicted of first-degree murder, manslaughter in the first degree, or murder in the second degree is ineligible for insurance proceeds from the person's death. Of course, there are other complications associated with property rights when living in the United States. Many property management companies, landlords/property owners, etc., run background checks on potential tenants. People with many misdemeanors and/or felonies on their record often face harsh discrimination when seeking to rent or lease a business office, secure an apartment, etc. This is often unfair and cruel, making it even more difficult for ex-convicts to properly reintegrate back into society. Indeed, many places do not differentiate between a DUI that happened 50 years ago when you were 18 and a conviction for first-degree murder or rape that a person just got released from prison. Since pardons are a form of forgiveness from the government, these can often help overcome some of the discrimination in housing and business office leasing/rentals that ex-felons might seek out. Our commutation private investigator in Ardmore and criminal private detective in Nichols Hills from our private investigation agency near me also agree that pardons are especially helpful when you combine them with an expungement to help erase a criminal record from public view and get a clean start in life. Our private investigators of pardons and Clemency private investigator in Mustang at our private detective agency in Bixby, Oklahoma often assert that securing meaningful employment with a felony conviction is next to impossible. Any profession requiring a professional license has its hands bound by Oklahoma's barbaric laws, which punish ex-felons and even many non-felons with certain misdemeanor convictions for their entire lifetimes. Even in non-professional capacities, persons with felony convictions seeking employment will often find it near impossible to secure even the most basic menial jobs and will find themselves brutally locked out of opportunities in this wretched state we call Oklahoma. This is why our commutation private detectives in Broken Arrow and death penalty private detectives in Tulsa at our private investigation agency in OKC recommend that you hire a Clemency private detective in Enid and find the best pardon private investigator in Oklahoma City as you locate the best private detective agency near me to help you secure a pardon application, clemency request, aging prisoner application, or commutation application. For those Oklahomans who enjoy owning and using firearms in this gun-happy state we call Oklahoma, our Clemency private investigator in Del City and private detective in Bethany, Oklahoma for death penalty cases at our private investigation agency near me that conducts death penalty investigations stress that a pardon is necessary to restore rights to those the state of Oklahoma has convicted of a felony crime. Persons in Oklahoma with felony convictions are prohibited from obtaining liquor licenses, which would otherwise enable them to operate bars, liquor stores, etc. Thus, persons with these felony convictions need to obtain a pardon from the governor of Oklahoma to have their liquor license rights restored. By choosing to hire a private investigator in Piedmont from a private detective agency in Oklahoma City and a criminal defense attorney in Guthrie, Oak to help with the pardon application, your chance of receiving a favorable decision from a decent governor could very well improve. Voting is the cornerstone right of our democratic republic here in the United States, and yet somehow the population in the USA views the right to vote as a mere privilege for the citizens here. According to our private detectives of commutation requests and criminal private investigator in Norman. Look at our private detective agency and more that conducts death penalty private investigations. A felony conviction can prevent you from voting for a period equal to your sentence once you get out of prison. Thus, if you were incarcerated for 15 years or otherwise receive a 15-year prison sentence, once you completed the sentence, you would be ineligible to vote for another 15 years. Thus, if you want your voting rights restored, you need to hire a criminal private detective in Midwest City and find a private investigator for pardon applications from our private investigation agency, Oklahoma, to help you get a pardon and have your voting privilege and other things that should be rights lawfully and rightfully restored. Please call us now at 405-593-3515 to see how we can help you. The third type of application or request that you can get help with is an aging prisoner application request. According to our Clemency private investigator in Ardmore, Oak at our private detective agency near me, people convicted of non-violent, non-Oklahoma sex offender registry crimes. It is possible for inmates in Oklahoma who have served at least 10 years of their sentence in prison, or at least 1/3 of their sentence, and who are at least 60 years old to get out early. This application is especially helpful to society because older people who are in for nonviolent reasons tend to pose lower risks to society and tend to spend more on medical costs to incarcerate. Our death penalty private detective in Altus and Oklahoma Pardon and Parole Board private investigator from our private investigation agency in Oklahoma City can help you apply for early release as an aging prisoner and will help you gather the evidence you need to have a greater chance of success. Whether seeking to hire a commutation private investigator in Bethany, Oklahoma, or to find the best pardon application private detective in Altus, Oklahoma from our private investigation agency and more, Oak to conduct clemency private investigations in Oklahoma City on your behalf, you have come to the right place. Our friendly staff will gladly help you with clemency private investigations, pardon application private investigations, commutation private investigations, and aging prisoner private investigations in conjunction with our civil attorneys in Oklahoma City and criminal defense attorneys near me. Please just call or come by today for the latest information on how we can help you try to regain your freedom. Please be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and to click the little bell so you get all the instant notifications. Also, please be sure to share this video on your social media and comment on it. Thanks again for watching, and please check out all our other fun and insightful videos.